Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Night Stalker.
EG's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Dazzle. Sand King.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ancient apparition.
EG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is actually
5 seconds.
a very interesting game because if LGD.FY wins this, it guarantees at least a 3-way tie
Reserve
for the lower slots. And if LGD loses their next game, it's a 4-way tie.
Dire team
So
ban.
absolutely no idea what that's going to mean in terms of more matches being played or tiebreaker results. But in reality, EG just wants to win here and say, all right, we're in the upper bracket, let's go. They don't want to play more games. The chance of having to play a 4-way tiebreaker out tonight is not something anyone's looking forward to. So EG going to look to close it out right here, right now. Say we deserve the slot and let's go.
Dire team ban. EG's turn to pick.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a good soft counter to Grave as well, because if they fall below the tick rate, they can't heal back up from it. And as soon as Grave ends, the next tick will
10
blow them up from the Ice
seconds
Blast.
remaining.
So all in all, it seems okay here. It's just
5
such an early
seconds
Dazzle
remaining.
pick. Dazzle's been relatively just ignored this entire tournament. I haven't seen it banned or picked, and yet EG grabbing it right in the opener. Maybe this will be a suit mail Dazzle. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Wisp has been a near permaban for a long time now against CG, pretty much as long as this roster's been around. So you only have one other ban slot against CG. The fact that the puck is versatile enough to draw it this many times, it's opening up EG's hero pool tremendously. They kind of get whatever opener they want, just understanding they're never going to get Wisp.
Death Prophet.
EG's turn to pick.
Yeah, most teams lately have been respect banning the second, just not wanting to play against it, feeling like it just makes the pace of the game odd. It kind of makes these big fights around Exorcism, and then when they're down, DP is just so hard to kill anyway because of the silence and the Spirit Siphon. Definitely curious to see if it's worth the bans it's been drawing, now that we'll get to see it in action. Yeah. Universe's Arcseer is looking pretty good here. That's still in the pool, something that rarely happens for EG this late in the draft. And the amount of pressure he puts on with that Darkseer is just nuts. Grabbing their carry here, we're going to see a very similar vein to the last game. We saw Oracle CK last game. This game it will be Dazzle CK. And to be fair, if you look back at last game, the Phantasm after the first 15 minutes was essentially a non-factor. They all died most time without doing anything. Here we're still a monster. So I'm going to get to it though. Cry extra armor from that's going to make it so somebody doesn't get one shot. And provide some decent AoE coverage to clear out the illusions as well. The real question is, can he stand up to being kited by both? Very scary heroes that have a lot of control. Definitely going to be the X factor here.
5 seconds remaining.
I like the Sven pick a lot, as usual. You know, there's always the kite factor to take into consideration, but you really, I mean, there's never going to be a game where it's just like, oh, Sven's always going to be on his target because they have no kite. I mean, obviously they're going to have some sorts of stuns and some getaways of sorts, but as you mentioned, with that cleave and the war cry, definitely valuable tools. I do like the idea of the Dazzle Phantasm synergy with the heal wave bomb on top of the illusions. A nice little advantage there as well. Not the reason you pick up this combo necessarily, but it's something else to add to it.
Yeah, it's definitely something. And honestly, if I'm LGD.FY, I'm wondering if I'm not going to get Nature's Profited here. It's really good into Sven in general. There's not a lot of great tree break for the side of LGD. And we've seen how badly that hero can shut down a Sven.
Earth Shaker.
EG's turn to pick.
Man, Universe just has so many options left open to him, though. Most notably the Darkseer, and yeah, I don't know. It's just so hard to ban out Universe's hero pool. I guess maybe this is the way you do it. You just ignore it if you're LGD.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I like that. It's going to give them some really low pressure. It's going to stop Nightstalker from running his on. Like, if Nightstalker loses that lane, Universe has a decent shot of just killing the AA. Like, one peel is not going to be enough. I still think Nature's Prophet would be really interesting here, but yeah, going to go with Staple. If it gets left in the pool, HG picks it. It's not usually a question. Oh. Yeah, it'll get there. All right, EG, yeah, they don't want to have any more nonsense. They don't play any more games tonight. This is actually probably the most normal draft they've had in this entire tournament.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, at the moment, I think we're 15 hours away from the start of the playoff. So if it takes an hour and then they have a 4-way tiebreaker, they may only have 8 hours. Yeah. Oh, please. No, not yet. The second set of tiebreaker games in that qualifier were just miserable for the players, too. No one slept well. No one played well. It was bad. Wow, you don't see that very often.
Damn, that was close. Closest one yet. Okay, here we go. Port's coming out.
For battle.
Middle lane, both sides. Dazzle places this ward AA. Definitely getting some information right there. Keeping his distance, though, can eventually place his own ward, but we'll see if that comes into play as far as the counter. The early mind game's already starting. As far as the lanes go, expecting pretty typical stuff here, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We've seen plenty of aggressive trial lanes, but I don't know if that's going to be coming out this game.
I mean, it's possible if I knew who on EG is being played by what.
What do you mean? Oh! Okay. Alright, Evil Geniuses lineup. Sumail playing the Ember Spirit. We have Arteezy on the Chaos Knight, Universe on the Darkseer, Zai on Sand King, and Crit on Dazzle.
30 seconds.
Over on the side of LFY, we've got DDC playing Ancient Apparition. Afu going to be on Shaker, Super on Death Prophet, Monet on Sven, and honestly, who is the last player for them? It's DD. No, it's not DD. Oh, it's Inflame, right?
No, it says DDC on the LFY roster on Wikipedia at least, but
No, DDC's playing A. It's Inflame.
okay.
Yeah, Inflame Night Stalker. So, in all honesty, this looks like it's going to be a 4-roll Shaker then.
That Stalker's dead, by the way. Oh, the miss on the uphill. It actually allows Arteezy to get the last hit, honestly. I think that is for the better. I mean, Dazzle, he missed his last op.
Oh man, Crit's ward might spot this courier too. Are we gonna see another courier kill? It's not quite gonna see it.
Yeah, a little too far away.
I'll take it.
Well, hang around doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, so this is really interesting. That's gonna be. I mean, Afu normally plays their 4 position, from what I remember.
Yeah, I believe so. That he played that support role over there, so
Yeah, so a bit surprising that they're running a support Shaker and off-lane Night Stalker. I think those roles will blur a lot. They're going to use Night Stalker here till first night, and then probably rotate him out. Then you give it up to Earthshaker for a while.
and obviously Earthshaker is still able to help with the early creep push there as far as getting it back into his lane. We see that kind of working. Night Stalker is going to have a nice little creep wave into the tower and ideally get level 2, if not even close to level 3 at that point. Wanted to be a little careful, though. Got that Chaos Bolt, in fact, coming out. As I mentioned that, Pearl Strike to follow. Heal Wave on top. That's a dead Night Stalker again. And Arteezy gets the last hit. Yeah, just as you mentioned, he needs to be careful. He, unfortunately, gets jumped.
And this damage for EG in this tri-lane just goes up tons with every point put into Reality Rift, because the minus armor scales really well, and it's 2 per level in that, and the Shadow Wave is all physical damage from the Dazzle. So as they get levels in this tri-lane, the kill potential is only going to go up on the Night Stalker.
Yeah, so having to really keep his distance right there. He TP's back in immediately. Obviously does not want to miss on that experience as much as possible, but already 2 deaths for him. A struggle start. Sumail using that Flame Guard, though, to work on that CS. Oh, missed one right there. 12-3, though, against a 7-4 Death Prophet here.
All right, Zysop's career. Awkward.
They see him, though. Oh, Death Prophet, actually. So I just kind of walk on by. Says hello. Courier gets away, though.
That was
what is Sumail doing? What is Sumail doing? Sumail? Sumail? Oh, the courier.
He has a haste.
He has a haste. He wants this damn courier, but man, it's going to be pretty deep if he goes for it. He is going to fall back. I mean, I love the idea, but oh boy, he just dove really far right there.
He just really wanted the courier.
Doesn't get in. That's a bit of time wasted. I mean, is it really? Even if he gets the courier there? I mean, if he gets the courier, sure, but
For the team, it's in that game, but it is going to let DP catch back up in this.
fine, right? Yeah.
DP also gets it.
He's good to go.
Oh, what a game of Dota 2. So yeah, he did have a decent little XP lead up on Super, and going for the courier did let Super reset that. So they are back to pretty much break even in the mid lane. Bottom lane, Arteezy did blow all of his regen, a Mango and a Salve, trying to go on the Night Stalker. Unable to secure that kill. So a lot less kill pressure for a little while here at least.
Afu coming back in. Fissure connects on Sumail. Gonna put the steering chains out, put the Spirit Siphons up. There's a Crypt Swarm, not enough damage though. Just far enough, and with Zai being here as well, it kind of scares him off. Now Zai doesn't have mana for a Burrow Strike, so I wonder if they picked up on that, if they would have really committed for that kill right there.
Yeah, early on in
Darkseer,
Sand King,
he's dead though.
you have to imagine they knew how much mana he had. He's used a lot of Burrow Strikes in this early game already. Universe getting popped there was really bad. He doesn't even have gold for a TP. Somebody gonna buy him one? Okay, he's gonna go jungle it out here.
He has the Soul Ring finished at least, so that's a start, but
Is under attack.
yeah, dying over there. That was Stormhammer with the Cold Feet proccing as a result.
Yeah, this puts him in weird timing with the lane too. If he was out just a couple seconds earlier, he gets to double Ion Shell the creeps, and that's why he's surging up to the creep wave trying to get there. If you can get that double Ion Shell set up as the wave crashes, it's just a lot of pressure.
Nightstalker's not afraid to just run at crit right here. He actually has help coming in, so it makes a little more sense. As Earthshaker looking to set up in position, and with the Fissure Stone, going to pop the Enchant Totem, get that plus damage. Here we come a Sand King though. Now it's a 3 versus 2, so yeah, Nightstalker the one that has to be careful. The Fissure's on the wrong side, and he pretty much puts Nightstalker into his own mini arena right here. Gonna try to fly over the ledge, but can't get it off in time. Or it goes down before he can get over the ledge, and he will end up falling. And now Earthshaker also gonna get caught from this. Not the prettiest execution right there, but a double kill for Arteezy, and EG will gladly take it.
Absolutely. And this ward they just placed is sitting in a sentry that expires in 40 seconds. Pretty much everything going right for EG, other than that one universe death. Arteezy's going to be so far ahead in all this.
That was a little odd from Nightstalker right there. He could have actually... The Hunter of the Night seemed like it was lasting long enough to fly over this ledge, but I wonder if he thought he was going to get denied by the neutrals at that point, so... But that would be better at that point.
I'm almost wondering if he didn't just click the creep and it like pathed him backwards for some reason.
Maybe, yeah.
Because yeah, it was odd. I thought he was definitely going to make it over the cliff. He was probably still dead to the next Dazzle auto, but looking to set up here on Zai.
Zai's going to Pearl Strike away though. Spirit Siphon's out. They're diving pretty deep. Exorcism comes out, but now AA. He's going to get countered on. Chaos Knight. Not enough mana for his cast ball. There we go. Now he has enough. Puts it out on a Death Prophet. He keeps on running that Exorcism. And you got to be careful going in onto the Death Prophet. But when you pull him into the tower, that Gorgo Chaos Knight goes down. And that's the danger of trying to kill a Death Prophet with that Exorcism up and teammates nearby. Even at their tower, they get turned on.
And yeah, very, very close. The Reality Rifts minus armor almost giving enough to cut through the Death Prophet there. But good wand usage, even smash bottle charge in between there. And the Fissure from Afu made that all okay.
Top lane. Zai's coming up here now. He got the Warcry off right before the stun, though, so nice 5 armor at level 1. As Universe is going to run off the Cold Feet. Nightstalker coming in, but a little too late. Just want to keep spinning in check here at the top lane. Super, meanwhile, just applies the Spirit Siphon right away as Samael comes back in and keeping that harassment up. This Death Prophet, 42 and 17 against a 29 and 4 Ember Spirit.
The extra pressure from his teammates has just been so crucial.
Ember Spirit's going in. He is out of mana currently. He does have a Mango, I guess, but with teammates nearby, they're diving the tower again on this Death Prophet, and no Exorcism this time. He pops the Magic Wand. He's going to barely go down here, but at what cost for Samael? He gets blocked somewhat. Oh, he uses the Fire Remnants, goes every which way, and he will survive Universe. Just enough mana for that Surge as well, and he'll also get out.
Whew.
That was close call.
Really, really tight dive there. Yeah, they managed to lose nobody. Everyone walks away with about 20% health. Very, very solid Fire Remnant there from Sumil to keep himself alive. There's actually an interesting interaction here too. We don't get to see it very often. If Darkseer surges the Ember Spirit before he throws the Fire Remnant, it's going to move at hasted movements. So we could see some really quick initiations from Sumil, even without a Blink Dagger. Yeah.
Afu setting up bottom lane. Ooh, the Phantasm comes out, so Tricker's only level 4 though, so of course no Echo Slam, but has that Fissure. It's just gonna try to block him off, but doesn't even block him off. Oh boy. That's unfortunate. Afu's had a little bit of a struggle here. Well, he's had some off fissures, I'll put it that way. He's trying though. Good effort. Oh, there's that heal bomb with the Phantasm as we touched it with the draft, and this Fissure will at least stop Chaos Knight. But now RTZ, can he run on out of here? Apu trying to run down. He turns it actually onto Earthshaker, and he goes back for the tower kill to finish it off. He's going to get that. The Illusion's still chasing after Night Stalker. Guess it worked out just fine for EG again.
I think it was Sumail that canceled that TP coming in. And that was the entire reason they were able to turn that into something beautiful.
Arteezy, he once again goes to the middle lane. It's the second time he's done this. And this time it resulted in a kill. Yes, it resulted in his death earlier, but he gets the kill on Death Prophet now. And you see Crit, he's like, alright, I'll just TP. Against the darkness of Night Stalker at the bottom lane. But yeah, very active Chaos Knight early on.
Yeah, we really do. He's doing a great job roaming and staying relevant in the game across every lane that he needs to be. And Universe up top just picked up a triple stack of the hard camp that was stacked for Sven. Absolutely big steal. Those Casteels are what slows the Sven's core item timing down and accelerates Darkseer up so much. Every one of those steals is just massive and just slowing the Sven's pace down a little bit.
Chaos Knight, Arteezy going more of a traditional build this time with that armlet follow-up to the power treads, and they're going to find an AA, but there's that disjoint to the line of sight right there, so talk about that with the Reality Rift, but he's like, alright, I'm just going to stun you then, damn it. And he pulls him on in. Cold Feet, not going to save him there. He may actually get stunned. Oh, barely runs it off.
It was close, and this sets EG up for a very nice tower push here as well. You see the bounty rune picked up by Night Stalker. Meanwhile, he's level 7. Needs another 2 minutes before the next nighttime for him. So yeah, this top tower, as you mentioned, going to be easily pushed in. Darkseer, by the way, going the full-on pipe here. At least what he has clicked up. Yeah, all in all, it's probably a little better than Mech here because the damage from LFY is going to all come in the form of like Earthshaker Echo and Ice Blast for the early game at least. And Pipe is really good against Ice Blast. It stops it from ticking you down, so if you're low already, it can just save you from actually getting exploded.
I haven't really touched too much on Sven yet, but he actually does have his Mask of Madness, his own power treads, and he's going to be going for the S and Y follow-up. I don't know if he's had necessarily stacks to work with. I'm sure he's had some to an extent. In fact, the Ancients over here are even being stacked again, or going to be attempted. As you see, a ward is actually going to be counter-warded in the process. But Sumail, they're looking to make a play. If anything, block this.
Yeah, they want to just fight when he goes for the stack.
They're going to go in and root on a couple of heroes. AA, Cold Feet thrown out. There's that Pearl Strike, though. And down goes the AA. Night Stalker also going to fall. Double kill for Sumail. And they're like, hey, Ancients, thanks for the stack, bros.
Oh, man. Going for this is good, but it's going to hurt a lot. And Shadow Wave from Crit, though, does so much damage to them.
With all the heroes nearby. Yeah, they just
oh, man. Yeah, that stack's just gone. And there goes Sven's path to his next item.
Yep, that's going to really set him back now. I mean, he's still second in net worth, but you got to figure with that being done, he could have jumped up top there. He's able to do that. So good timing from EG.
The first item you go on Sven, whether that's Echo Saber, Mask of Madness, or both, you have to get to the next one really quickly. If it doesn't accelerate you through to that next item, you can really just fall flat. Like if your Blink Dagger or your Yasha doesn't come out very quickly after it, it's just hard to find relevancy because you can't get into fights fast enough.
Arteezy keeps on moving. He's up at the top lane here with Zai. Night Stalker's like, hey, free bounty rune. That's not going to work, though. With the trap, sir. The Reality Rift, the Chaos Bolt after. Epicenter even committed for this, so it will definitely secure the kill.
And the rest of LFY hanging out in the bot lane, just trying to farm as a unit, it looks like.
What's that key item? I mean, Blink on Earthshaker's nice, but he has Arcane Boots. He's well off the Blink, though.
It's Blink on somebody. Your Earthshaker Blink's too far away, so Sven has to make the change up here and just get the Blink himself. Because if you hit a 2 or 3 man Blink stun into an AA blast, no matter how far you're down in this game, you have a chance to win the team fight. Crit gonna get the last hit.
He wants it, he gets it. Now he's gonna die for maybe Shallow Grave. He sounds tough. So he got the last hit though on the tower.
And it caused a little bit of a rotation that's possibly gonna let Arteezy take top here.
Yeah.
They need to back up.
They do. They don't see them coming over. They don't necessarily have the vision in the jungle, but everyone's missing. So you can do the math right there. They are going to be scanned out actually as EG. So this is numbers advantage for LFY, although Afu's already at half-life himself. Spirit Sephon, there's the Exorcism pop. Chaos Knight, the surge away. Trying to keep him running. AA's ulti will barely miss right there in RTZ. And look at Universe goes back in with that vacuum ball combo. In comes a Pearl Strike as well. AA's getting low. He Reality Rich pulling on a Death Prophet. The Exorcism is still up though. The weave put up though from Crit, keeping Chaos Knight alive barely, but not enough in the end. He does go down. Double kill actually for Night Stalker here. Iron Shell's up on a Darkseer, running down Afu on the Earthshaker. Gets killed him in the backline though. Monet is doing work on Sven with that God Strength. Isn't enough damage. He's dropping himself. The Flame Guard takes him down. And Sumail picks up the double kill. Ultimately a big favor for EG. A 5-for-2 fight there in their favor.
Yours. 3-man vac wall. Oh man, what a play.
That turn.
EG just works so well. They are all fine taking farm when it shows up on the map. They all use it exceptionally well. And he just gave Universe Darkseer. This is the Universe hero.
And that's an easy tier 2 tower kill. So gladly picked it up, and it's definitely doing work this game, especially after that last fight. I mean, Sven still has 5,600 gold net worth, keeping out there. He is trying to get that Blink Dagger himself, so as you mentioned, just really need that Blink in general.
Mm-hmm.
It seems
and
like the first one.
There will definitely still be some life in LFY once that's picked up. Yes, the lead's starting to look rough, but again, it all comes down to just getting one clean initiation on somebody important. If they can get the Stormbolt into a fissure with the AA Blast on top, has the potential to kill anybody on EG, and that's what they're going to have to look for. Probably a smoke gank as soon as Sven gets his blink done.
That's a 15-minute pipe here from Darkseer. Already finished now, so mention that pipe. It's going to be an effective tool, and having it this early on is huge. Arteezy is going to be scattered out there by AA. That Ice Vortex good for that purpose. And Chaos Knight's actually blocked in. This Bridger's pretty damn good. Do they have a 4-step or anything? Doesn't seem like it. The Cold Feet eventually send him out, but out comes the Epicenter. In comes a Fire Remnants from Sunail. And Sven is going to end up dropping as well as a Death Prophet Echo Slam from Afu. Is it enough, though? He takes out the Sand King, but Sunail's still plenty of life. The Flame Guard eventually wears off right there. Shallow Grave on Crit himself, trying to survive against this Night Stalker. Not going to be long enough. He does go down, but Night Stalker is returned with the death right there. So a 3-for-3, but with who died, EG definitely on top.
Yeah, all in all, they definitely are there. LFY is still going to be pretty happy. It's still a gold swing in their favor slightly, but that was essentially with Arteezy being by himself.
Uh-oh, is that me?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing.
Okay, yeah, that's the server. Okay. Whew. After what happened yesterday, I was like, oh god, don't tell me this is happening again. Alright, I got some wood here. It's been knocked. We're good.
But we did see that LFY can take some form of a fight there. They ended up going even. I mean, even if it's not the 3 you want to die.
And that fissure at that time, definitely great positioning from Afu. Set that all up as far as the beginning, at least.
And it got Afu really close to his lane. Compared to where he was before that fight, the gold definitely went where they needed it.
Death Prophet, the Exorcism. There was that one Death Prophet game, I want to say yesterday, that we were seeing. We were kind of commenting on how often he was just using it, like every cooldown. Because that's what you ideally want to be doing, just taking the full effectiveness of the ability. I feel like, unfortunately, this game, Super hasn't necessarily been able to have the most uses of it yet.
Yeah, EG's been running them in circles way too much. You've got to be able to say, we want to push this, you need to come defend. And with how far EG is shoving into them all the time, LFY doesn't really get that luxury. They'd love to be bottom right now with the Death Prophet ultimate running and just push faster than EG. But they're just not in a position to do so, and it makes it really troublesome.
Is this a troll build here for Ember Spirit, or is there some value to this, you think? The Dagon?
What, Dagon? I would say like 75% troll.
Okay.
You have a very bursty lineup in the CK with the Burrow and the heal, right? So Dagon does extend that burst potential a little bit, especially with the Veil. Yeah. But yeah, no, in reality, there's definitely other things he could be going.
You got the Warcry buff to deal with, so the physical damage, you know, not going to be as impactful. So there's that argument too. Yeah, I mean, we don't know if he's actually going for that just yet, so I'll keep an eye on it though. He does have the bots with the Veil though. Maybe he'll get a blink. He's done that once or twice before.
straight radiance.
Double damage rune will be nice to have.
Is under attack.
Find that right there. So LFY finding themselves playing pretty defensive here. Death Prophet has that yields, of course. Good start. Needs to continue getting bulky, though. Sven, blink, and he is working on that BKB now.
Yeah, he needs to get there, and he's on base fairly well for it. The Death Prophet, though, I'm trying to figure out the best item here. Like, Pipe is definitely a start. I'd say just keep it a Hood, and then maybe to go Ghost Scepter. There's really no good Diffusal buyers on the side of EG, and if you can manage to get to a Diffusal and stop the CK Reality Rift from just eating you alive, you go a long way in making sure that Exorcism goes off the wall.
Roshan dead. He just picked up by Arteezy.
That's a Blade Mail on this.
Oh, yeah, the Blade Mail pickup. Interesting.
Why not? I mean, LFY really can't control their damage. A Blast is going to hit where it's like go. Earthshaker, once he starts the combo, is going to finish combo. And then you got Exorcism and Cleave just doing damage that they can't really not do. I like the pickup a lot here. I think it's solid.
The Hood of Defiance picked up by Death Prophet, so an eventual Pipe trying to come out for him soon. And makes sense, too. I mean, yes, there's, of course, plenty of physical damage, especially from the Chaos Knight, but between Ember, Darkseer even, and of course, Sand King.
Yeah. So I was saying, if she goes Hood into Ghost Scepter, it's the closest thing that she can get just pure tanky right now.
Let's pick up down here. Found the Night Stalker at the bottom lane.
Very nice.
Gonna be dead for 25 seconds now. Medallion of Courage picked up on crit as well. Gonna finish on that Solar Crest.
And Sumail did switch. He's got Evils queued up now. So, one more standard item build coming up.
Yeah.
Middle tower is under attack.
He was doing that for the viewers there. And then change of heart.
Alright, so LFY is going to know that Zai isn't at this fight currently. May look to smoke and try to find a quick initiation, and the smoke does come out. They need to get here before Zai's in position, though.
In the front lines, you see Zai peeking in.
Or pick Zai, yeah, or pick Zai himself.
Expose, the fissure hits, Monet jumps in, but Stormhammer connects as well, but he keeps on getting away. Nice Force Staff initially, the ALT is going to miss as well. Exorcism is used, but this is a little bit scattered now. The wall goes down. Arteezy, Reality Rift right there. Not exactly sure this is even on, but Echo Slam goes out from Afu. That's going to do some work. Shallow Grave saves Sanky for the time being, but it cannot save the Ember Spirit. Chaos Knight comes back up with the Aegis, but this looks pretty good for LFY so far. EG playing the retreat game right now. They have to run through the wall, but they want this Arteezy dead, and they're going to get the Arteezy dead, damn it. That's a double kill for Super. They also catch Dazzler, who's trying to TP out. He'll fall here. First really big fight for LFY now that goes in their favor.
That's all on Afu, man. He held every button until the last possible second, hit just this massive 3-man echo. I thought it looked pretty bleak when the AA Blast totally whiffed. The Stormbolt only hit one. But wow, coming up huge for LFY is Afu.
And you know, I'm almost liking it in the sense that, again, he had a struggle start. There were some of those fissures that were awkward, you know, now blocking at the tower, kind of on the wrong side against Night Stalker, kind of getting his. The point is, he made up for it all, plus more, right there. For sure, so, proving his worth, and definitely, and no doubt, really puts LFY right back in this game. I mean, yes, it's still a 5,000 net worth lead right now for EG, but another one of those fights especially, and all of a sudden LFY can start pulling ahead at this point.
Absolutely. So. I mean, Death Prophet got essentially 2,000 gold out of that, so the chance of being tanky enough to not be bursted is definitely a real possibility.
Sumail, he's looking for somebody up here. Playing aggressive, has that Yules. Gonna find them though. Night Stalker with his own Hood of Defiance actually, so a couple of different heroes on the side having the Hood. They're really threatened by this magic presence. Super's running at Sumail with that Spirit Siphon. The Yule Scepter throws up in the air, the Fire Remnant out. But he's going to be chased down by the Death Prophet Mew on the back lines. The wall combo goes off with the vacuum, but they still run down Sumail and they get the kill nonetheless. So, Universe not enough to stop them, actually.
Yeah, this is... I mean, EG's hemorrhaging away a lot of their lead doing all this. You've got Arteezy just farming top, but yet they still take this weird soft initiation in mid.
Oh
Didn't
no.
commit the wall to it.
Hey, ulti's going to hit too. This is a dead Chaos Knight again. What's going on for EG?
And yeah, it's just an awkward spot right now because, I mean, Arteezy went armlet, so if AA Blast hits him, he can't toggle it. It really screws with his survivability with that armlet.
Night Stalker, but you got to be careful here for EG. There's support coming in, including Afu. Echo Slam's ready once again. The Enchanted on the Epicenter goes off. We see Inflame there on the Night Stalker now running down Crit. Meanwhile, Zai's able to pick off the Earthshaker, the Shallow Grave. Crit trying to live. Earthshaker, Zai comes in with a Pearl Strike, and Crit does pour it out. They do get a double kill out of this on the Zai. Death Prophet force pop the Exorcism, but with the mail coming back in, that's going to be the death of him, and Zai picks up the triple kill in the fight, and it could be even a quad kill if DDC's caught here.
Yeah, they're definitely going to catch him.
They do catch him. Who's going to get the last hit credit? It will be Sumail.
Man, Universe is like single-handedly making these okay. They're starting to look a little bad, a little dicey, and then just a huge vacuum, a huge wall, a big surge. He's really just putting the team on his back. Everyone's playing well, but he's the reason these things are going from okay to great.
Dire's middle tower is under
Saw the game early in the group status. He was playing that the Enigma. Huge black holes in that game and coming through here, no doubt, with his combos. But that fight, I mean, Zai obviously picking up the hat trick and doing plenty of work to make it happen. So they get the secondary tower out of it as well. So it was looking a little bleak there, almost for EG as far as things going downhill. But climb right back up, and they're now 8,000 net worth once again, feeling pretty comfortable. But you do look at the net worth charts, or the individual net worth of heroes, and I mean, really, it's a 4-way tie between the two heroes on either side.
I mean, yeah, it's almost a 6-way tie. That's where the difference comes in, though. You've got a support Zai with, you know, close to Sven's net worth, honestly, only 1,500 away.
That pipe coming out for Night Stalker here. Death Prophet going to be going to Solar Crest herself, and she has plenty of gold for it, actually. Just a matter of going to pick it up here. That evasion. Solar Crest, meanwhile, picked up on Dazzle on the other side. Getting the levels adding up, so keeping an eye on the talents here.
And Sven is going to have a BKB for the next fight, too. Could definitely be a major impact. It's going to be very difficult for EG to control him in that fight. So they're going to want to make it very in and out. Try to engage the pick. If you don't find the pick, just disengage and try to make him waste the BKB. And it's going to be on LFY to try all in on it. As soon as that BKB is pressed, Earthshaker needs to go. United Soccer needs to commit. The very next engagement is going to be very, very crucial in determining this game.
Yeah, that BKB on Sven going to be crucial. Night Stalker almost level 15 himself. That next talent point here. See top lane, LFY already defending. Super Exorcism, of course, ready to go. Need be, Sumail will be the one to bottle up the Arcane Rune. EG spreading out once again. EG not afraid to be very spread out on the map here.
Yeah, and that's shown in the network. You just have so many people farming all portions of the map. Zai, most notably, is just getting a ton out of this map.
So yeah, Sven, he had that SNY queued up much earlier on, but obviously had a change of heart with where the game was going and really wanted to make a priority to get that BKB finish. So has it now, and now the change is coming.
And the SNY pickup's interesting. It's generally what Svens go if they don't feel like they're going to get kited as much, because it turns them into a very brawly Sven that can run around and chase people down, versus like the Daedalus or the Echo Saber where they're looking to just blow somebody up right away. And with the BKB being fresh, it could be a very nice power spike for them. Once that BKB starts to trickle into 5 seconds, though, I'm wondering if he's not going to swap it up pretty quick.
Heaven's Hubbard in the works for Zai up here. He's obviously got the Forest Staff, he yields a Blink on top of that, so there's plenty of farm for Zai. But going to pick up that, of course, for the Sven. Darkness has fallen, by the way, from Night Stalker, as we heard there. Figure Axe is definitely on his list of items to get, but again, wanting to make priority on the pipe. Has that finished, maybe the Axe going to be coming up next for him.
Yeah, and they're smoking up with this BKB. They want to find something and then turn it into a Rosh shot. Maybe they just go straight into the Rosh pit, but I mean, it's going to spawn in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, if they knew it was up, they're going to check it right here, maybe. Nope, Night Stalker exposed. Roshan spawns, they do see it, but they can't really commit to it at this point. They know EG's nearby. Being safe about it, middle lane. Sumail, he finds Death Prophet. Puts the roots out, the pull in with the reality rift, doing the damage. Echo Slam goes off in the backlines, by the way. They catch Sand King, who tried to jump in, but there's the Universe Vacuum and the wall. In comes the AL to the top of everyone else. Fanny's got some good cleave damage right here, but Arteezy tanking him with that blade mail. So far, it's 2-for-1 in favor of EG. Monet's on the run. Fissure comes out once again. Double kill in the backlands for Sumail, but Earthshaker takes out Crit right there. And now Chaos Knight by himself, but no, Sumail's going to help one out. Sven gets picked off, and all of a sudden it's just Afu. Triple kill for Sumail. And Afu can't really get out of this one. No blinking time. Another Enchant Totem. Fissure. Maybe take out Chaos Knight with him. No, it's not going to happen. Ultra kill indeed. For Sumail is complete. That was close either way.
Beautifully done by Zai there. Not only did he get the DP that Sumail went on, catches the, I believe it was the AA back there too, and forced the Echo out of Afu just from himself. And honestly, just turned into a massive fighter for EG. That's gonna be, wow, is the AA Black gonna push them out? I think they'll get the 2-3 out of for sure.
Gonna hit the creep wave right there, but a little delayed, unfortunately. So, yeah, tier 3 falls. Really wouldn't have mattered if it connected or not. And they can back off with that. So, EG, a huge opening now. Obviously, they got the Shrine access, and Roshan, as mentioned before that fight, is available.
Yeah, and this is where Boots Travel Ember can really shine. You can go just push out bot lane until someone has to rotate over there, and then make a quick rotation over to the Shrine and try to clear that.
Well, being very active, level 20 now, with a 500 Flame Guard absorption here. More magic damage being sucked on up. Night Stalker heading towards the top lane. They are going to find him here. He has a haste rune bottled up. Yule's Scepter in the air to purge off, and there's that Fire Remnant. So he gets out.
Yeah, with the Yules, it's very difficult to bring down.
Okay. Yep, we're good. Zapping around with that Sleight of Fist. Scary there, but he gets out. As you mentioned, the Yules makes it really just extra difficult to catch him.
You almost need to get an Orchid up on Sven towards a Bloodthorn. That's about the only way you're catching him. Yeah, you'd have to silence him from deep.
Night Stalker. There we go. Arteezy pops the BKB. The walls puts out at a very good angle as well. They have to run through it if they want to really fight this. Yule's up in the air for Super. The Exorcism up, flying around, doing some damage. He has the Spirit Siphon up as well, but Arteezy gonna put in those auto attacks. Death Prophet healing up, man. He's barely staying alive for the time being, but just not enough to heal in the end. Although ulti right on top. Nice save from Krathona Darks here. And Arteezy is going to get exploded on, though, and Universe will fall when it's all said and done. So the initial save was nice, but doesn't save him in the long run. All they got was the Death Prophet. They lose 3. Echo
just
Flame
like
not
that,
getting used.
2,700 gold swing, position on the T1 middle, potentially even into a Roshan. Absolutely huge. The wall from Universe was in a good position if they backed up.
Oh, the timing from Afu. He missed the Echo Slam, but he still gets the finisher off, and they still might kill Never Spirit. No, Crit saves him initially. Will this be the saving grace? Sleight of Fist, Fire Remnant, barely gets away. Yes, it is for Sumail.
He's going to have to dodge the AA Blast, though, too.
Well, they are going to chase down Crit for the time being. There is no AA Blast. He doesn't have mana for it.
Yeah, he committed mana there to killing Crit instead.
Yeah. Stays alive. So still looking good for LFY, but man, it would have been that much sweeter if they kill Sumail there.
It really would have been. Crit gave his life for that, and if you're LFY, you really can't look to go Rosh here. God Strength isn't up, your Exorcism isn't up, and if you commit God Strength to this and then EG fights it, you're in a really bad position.
What do you think of the Glimmer Cape choice here from Earthshaker as his follow-up?
It's not a Shadow Blade, but there's a lot of magic damage on the EG, so it's good just as a mitigation item.
Yeah.
I don't mind the pickup. He's going to struggle to have a mana pool, though. Earthshaker does just cost a lot of mana.
Silence the Stormhammer. Now he got the Force Staff off initially, but again, another big Ice Blast that forces them to spread out if anything. Sand King goes down. And that BKB God Strength, Monet, you want to run from that BKB forced out of Arteezy. They're looking to turn back now. They pull in with a vacuum. They catch Night Stalker. But they don't want to commit for that. They wanted Sven. They don't get him, though. Night Stalker will run away. Again, they don't want to overstep their boundaries right here. They're being very careful with this. Sumail living life on the edge. Echo Slam is not ready. 35 more seconds on the cooldown. Glimmer Cape to say Night Stalker will beat up at the end. No, it will not. I'm guessing. Oh my god, it maybe is. No, it's not. Okay. Finally dead. And now Roshan. I mean, we've mentioned this like 20 times, it feels like.
Yeah, this is the dance, though. I mean, it's just both teams fighting in skirmishes over it, but really not wanting to die. They'd rather just back all the way up and reset. Getting that pick on Night Stalker makes EG have enough confidence to dive right into the Roche pit.
Ice Blast is going to be coming, though, you feel like. And they are not going to get this for free. Here's that Ice Blast.
Crucial.
In the background, off with the Echo Slam. Ember Spirit's down with no buyback. Chaos Knight's down with no buyback. And LFY is going to steal the Roshan as well. Oh my god, that was worst case disaster for Evil Geniuses right there. Crit being run down on top of it. Afu looking to pick him off. Aegis is picked up by Monet in the meantime. And Dazzle, just a matter of staying alive as long as possible game. But LFY, they're going to head top and at least get tier 2 out of this.
That was just so brave from EG. You're fighting into Echo Slam, AA Blast. I mean, I feel like EG kind of sort of won a TI from a combo just like that.
Never heard of it.
Oh, man. Just, yeah, worst case scenario for EG, as you said. And LFY takes the first lead in a long time here. And they're just going to go straight high ground.
Why not? No buybacks again on the 2 big cores here. Down for 15 more seconds for Chaos Knight. So at least tier 3 in this case. It very likely could even be they're just dropping these towers at this point, and it will be melee rack. So all of that, not that they give up Roshan as a result, but they give up their top secondary, top tier 3, and their melee and ranged racks.
That might be one of the fastest drops I've seen from a 12,000 gold lead.
Yeah, I was just about to mention, it's 4K lead now for LFY after all of that.
Roughly 16k gold swing in about 5 minutes. And if you're EG now, you gotta almost just reset, start splitting with Ember, get some more items. This AA is just proving so difficult to try to play around. The blasts have been consistently hitting like 2 to 3 core targets, and a lot of that's on the back of Afu hitting these huge Echo Slams.
Look at Sven now. He's AC basically finished. There you go. And then even the Bloodthorn now queued up. Obviously that's a ways away, but just with the AC right here, clearly they haven't needed him to deal with that damage, as you mentioning. Earthshaker getting these jumps off with the Echo Slam, doing plenty. Death Prophet, of course, in the midst of that with the Exorcism himself. And then Sven is there for cleanup, if anything, with his auto attack presence. So now, did they force an issue here with the Aegis? Do they really push another lane even, or do they have to really do that?
You'll take a fight if you can find it outside of EG's base. Do you need to force high ground with this? Probably not.
Oof.
But while you have this Aegis, the tier 2s are still open for you in the other 2 lanes. And while EG will probably make an attempt to defend them... Whoa.
Oh man, Afu, you know he's second guessing himself. Oh, Echo? Yeah, there's not enough support nearby, it's clearly the case. I thought Sven was going to be here.
If you can't actually kill him in the stun lock from Shaker, he's just going to Yules and then slide into Remnant, so... Not worth the risk, especially when the Echoes have been so crucial to them winning fights.
Yeah, if Sven was there maybe, but with him being a little too far away, not worth it.
Poor Zai hasn't bought a single item in the last 12 minutes.
I mean, he's pretty decked out, but yeah, doesn't have that Heaven Sovereign yet, which no doubt will be important. In fact, Chaos Knight gets his own even. I look at this Chaos Knight and it screams very mid-game Chaos Knight build.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
It's not,
it absolutely does, and it's going to struggle to scale. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see if that proves to be a pain for EG or not. But again, the Heaven's Helper is understandable why he wants that.
Radiant's middle tower.
This case, AC from Sven is doing a lot of working and making sure Arteezy can't just blow somebody up. And eventually it's going to get coupled with Shivas from Super, I would imagine, after the Octarine. And once those 2 items come out, it's going to be very difficult for Arteezy to find any sense of relevancy with this build.
Well, speaking of the Octarine, the courier was picked off a minute ago or so, and that actually had the Acolyte staff on it, so...
Ouch.
The Mystic staff, excuse me. So, to finish off the Octarine core, so he's going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Sumail wants to close out on this tier 3 that's so low. Run in, get 1 auto.
He gets the tier 3. He's going to TP out before anyone can catch him, so doing that split push game, as you're mentioning.
And generally, this would be a way to buy some time and space for Arteezy. Sumail would pull people to other lanes. Arteezy would just have time then to farm jungle, push out the close lane. but where do you go from this build? I mean, I feel like it's almost got to be a heart, but that feels pretty rough into AA ult. Maybe it's AC?
Yeah, I think AC wouldn't be a horrible option here. I remember Exorcism itself is physical, so definitely more armor wouldn't be a bad idea. Zai almost got jumped there, but before Staff Sandstorm, he's good. Or is he? I mean, we're not done just yet. That sucker's going. He's going to find Chaos, but the Aegis just got reclaimed, by the way. That could be crucial right here. If they really pick a 5, BKB going off RTZ. Going to be wearing off pretty quickly. Puts a stun out. Phantasm. The Illusion Army is up. Exorcism already off, though. In the backlands, the Epicenter going off from Sand King. The AA ulti, it looks like it only connects on a Darkseer. He is silenced up currently, and the Cold Pick going to stun him as the Echo Slam finally comes out. The Blade Mail is activated on Chaos Knight. Sven, he's finding a target to attack. He just can't find anyone, though. He finally is looking to do some damage to Chaos Knight, but no, he's just going to keep on running with the Warcry. The Spirit's have been draining the life of Artesian. Eventually, they get him killed finally. All they lost was AA in the process there. One of the more sloppier fights there. And Darkseer just on out.
Waiting to make sure it's done. Wow. Yeah, super chaotic. AA Blast only connected on the Darkseer there, but in reality, didn't really matter. Like, the Sven got on people, but Arteezy popped the Blade Mail, and all of a sudden Sven was scared to hit him anymore. Wasted a lot of the BKB, kind of ran him in circles, but LFY is just... It seems so difficult to take a fight into them. When that Exorcism is running, it's just slowly chipping everyone down and just being this constant thorn in the sides of EG here.
Well, it's that, and now with the Octarine Core finished even, and the Spirit Seraphim as well, it's just making it just insanely difficult to kill this Death Prophet in these fights and allowing that Exorcism to do plenty of damage throughout. So yeah, it's almost like if EG doesn't blow up the Death Prophet right away, or, you know, get those initial 1 or 2 kills right away, then it's going to be a difficult task for them to win these fights.
I mean, again, I've said it a number of times this game. Afu is playing this game super well. While Arteezy himself has a BKB, his illusions don't. Afu waited on that last Fissure in the fight there until the Reality Rift tried to come out. And as soon as the Rift came, he fissured all of the illusions. Just knocked off a ton of Arteezy's burst potential.
And you're going to see a Shrine killed in favor of LFY here. Remember, EG got that tier 3 earlier on in the game, and they didn't even get any shrines off of it. Where LFY takes their second shrine, actually. Yeah, the top shrine was already killed even. So the map control favoring more and more LFY. You do see Sumail running on up. He's going to TP out, though. As that Mjolnir finishing full and Octarine Core being worked on. He's almost level 25 as well. So that cooldown reduction.
I checked the replay, but I think Ember just used the tome on himself. So they really want to get Sumail to 25 here.
Yeah.
They're thinking this is a game-changing thing. And I might agree with them. I mean, getting cooldown reduction on him would be huge.
To help that split push even more, yeah.
And just to make it so he has more options in fights. That's more Searing Chains. That's just more damage.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Last tier 2 tower destroyed. Arteezy is pushing out the bottom lane, or the top lane, excuse me, solo. He does have the AC queued up, so agrees there. But Nice Dark is just running all the way up here. We'll see. If he sticks around long enough, doesn't seem like it.
And it'll be a middle of the road rush timing, about another minute, a little over. And it doesn't really favor LFY. They would have loved it to be an instant spawn and just ran right into pit now. But EG's got to make a move, and they're smoking up his 5 already here. They need to catch somebody first. If they get Afu, that would be like dream scenario.
Mm-hmm. Look at the buyback status right here. So
that one's pretty good too, though.
Death Prophet would be going. She would have a buyback, but as I said, she's tough to kill. They're going to commit for it. Fantastic pop, 4 stabs away. Death Prophet still alive. In comes the Echo Slam once again. And Ember Spirit actually gets blown up, and now Chaos Knight has to run away. Ember Spirit got blown up in the midst of that. I thought it was Chaos Knight that went down first. He goes back in for the Reality Rift, but you look at Death Prophet, she's basically full life. Arteezy with that Shallow Grave. It's not going to last long enough, though. He eventually is going to be taken out. They take out Dazzle. Ember Spirit does buy back, but he does it pretty damn late. Once again, AA is the only one to fall. Death Prophet is the tough target to take down.
This is really coordinated out of LFY. I'm just loving seeing this out of them. A bit of a slow start in the tournament, and they're starting to look like a solid unit here. And DP is actually just doing work in this game. I don't really like the hero much, or didn't before this. I felt like it's a little too cooldown reliant. But they're just making it be such a thorn in EG's side.
Yeah. And they force buybacks on both the heavy cores here. Ember Spirit and Chaos Knight. Now's a chance. Sven, a little bit of lockdown, but they want this tier 3 at least. Possibly more out of it. Now, they aren't going to be satisfied with that as the supports are now coming up. And let it be done. So LFY increase their lead. Again, no buybacks on both the Chaos Knight and the Ember Spirit. It's a little bit of a window here for LFY for the next 6 minutes or so.
And these fights for EG aren't those, like, oops, we made a mistake type fights. They're actually just down and their backs are against the wall. So forcing those buybacks is making it so LFY is just even further ahead. Like, a lot of times if it's one of those oops, we made a mistake kind of thing, the buybacks come and then LFY would still have to respect EG here a lot. All it does is make their lead even bigger. Like, there's zero shot of TK getting the AC.
Double damage rune, oof. They're really going to try for Roshan now. Saw what happened last time.
You're kind of desperate at this point.
I mean, Echo Slam is actually back up. Vacuum, it only catches one, though, really. BKB, the Stormhammer return. Hit a couple himself. Fissure blocks off Darkseer right here. Ember Spirit is over the edge. Going for super, but again, the Spirit Siphon comes out. The silence on top of the Darkseer. He can't get his damn wall off, but Sven's been beaten down by the Phantasm. Four step away will not save him. Him and AA, the ones that are dead. Samir now chasing down the Night Stalker. Not going to go back over here, though. Death Prophet, it seems like he finally will fall now, as the Chaos is going to stay alive throughout. Guess what? The key, no Echo Slam from Afu. Couldn't find the opportunity.
No Echo Slam, and the DD allowing Sumail to kill AA before the ult came out. Both very, very important things in that. The AA tried to run away and save himself instead of just suicide throwing the ultimate, and really just let Arteezy man fight. Once he had the ability to get his illusions off, as you said, no Echo Slam to clear them. Working very well. AG finally winning a fight and slicing that gold lead. They even get a DP buyback out of that.
Yeah. So now DP. No more back. The next 7 minutes or so, and they are going to go for Roshan.
If they get this Rosh, it's fairly close to an even game, but Echo is still up.
There is vision for EG up there. See them up there. So they know what's going on. They know the position. Night Stalker flies over the ledge.
Hey, it's going to come flying in, though.
Send Vice back as well. You know that they're trying for this. EG trying to retrieve the Fissure. Kind of catches Zai over here. Cold Feet as well. And Spirit Siphon eventually going to be broken pretty quickly, actually. They're running them out. They're really chasing this, man. Over here, they do pick off Zai, actually. And they get the kill on Ember Spirit. Oh, no. No buyback for 115. Watching them chase at the top lane. Meanwhile, Sumail's getting picked up by the whole team over there.
I was watching that entire thing near the Ancients there. Basically, Zai was right up in the face of two of the members of LFY, and Sumail tried to blink in to root them right as Sven Stormbolted Zai. So, like, Sumail blinked into the Stormbolt and just melted. It was painful.
I feel like that's what's similar to happen at that fight near the bottom rune area where he kind of went in right as the Echo Slam came off.
Yeah,
it just happened to be perfect timing.
One of those, beautiful timing things that just works out great for LFY, and this is potentially game. You don't have Sumail for 70 seconds. You don't have a great way to hold this.
Chaos Knight wants to try to do something. BKB Phantasm Army is up. The wall put down as well from Dark in a pretty good position. But again, you see Death Prophet cutting away. The army of the Phantasm goes over to the Death Prophet with the Interceptor. Goes into the air to survive for now. Arteezy trying to get back the Fountain of Tail. He dies, but he's staying dead, and that he is for 90 seconds. And this could be the end in favor of LFY. No buybacks on either Ember Spirit or Chaos Knight. They're going to at least get the melee racks middle lane. Possibly get Mega Creeps here.
EG had tempo the entire early game. They were just running train on this game, dictating where LFI went. And all it took were the Earthshaker blink and the first A ult to hit 2 or 3 people.
I'm going to go for the epicenter right here. I mean, they call GG, so it is over, but a little bit of a fun combo at the end. But yeah, LFY victorious. And I'm totally with you, though, in the sense that, what was it? EG was up like 21-8 or something in hero kills, too.
At one point, they were up like 12,000 gold. And it was fairly early on.
Yeah, you look at the swing there. Go